Anthony Loke has responded to talk of a possible BN-Perikatan National Alliance in Negeri Sembilan. Meanwhile, internal tensions between PAS and Bersatu in PN continues. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. Pakatan Harapan is unfazed by growing speculation of cooperation between BN and Perikatan Nasional ahead of the Negeri Sembilan state election. DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke said Harapan had already anticipated such a move. According to Bernama, he said the coalition is prepared for any political strategy by its rivals. He stressed that Harapan would not be unsettled by any political maneuvers by its opponents and would instead remain focused on strengthening its own election machinery. He said PH priority at present is to reinforce unity among its component parties to secure victory in the seats it contests. Loke was responding to a question at an event in Negeri Sembilan on cooperation between BN and PAS over seat negotiations and allocations for the state election. The comments come amid speculation that BN and PN could work together in the state polls. BN had unveiled candidates for only 25 of the 36 Negeri Sembilan state seats last night. Following this, there had been speculations that they would cooperate with PN to maximize their chances against Pakatan Harapan. Yesterday, BN Deputy Chairperson Muhammad Hassan announced the list of candidates, which showed that UMNO would defend all 14 seats currently held by the coalition. The party will also contest 2 additional seats, Labu and Pilah, while MCA will contest 7 seats, and MIC will field candidates in 2 seats. During the event, BN also hinted that it would be entering into a pact for the state election. Although no names were mentioned, speeches by Muhammad and BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi strongly suggested that the pact would not be with Pakatan Harapan. In his speech, Muhammad said another announcement would be made soon because BN was entering into a pact with a friend for the state election. He added that BN would enter into an agreement with trustworthy friends and that it would not be with Linggi. It is understood that he is referring to caretaker Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar and State Harapan Chief Aminuddin Harun, who will not defend his Sikamat seat but will contest in Linggi instead. Still on the topic, MCA Youth Secretary General So Yifeng has expressed her dismay over the possible electoral pact between BN and PAS. In a Facebook post last night, Saw said she repeatedly campaigned against PAS and assured voters that BN was not cooperating with the Islamist party during the Johor state election. However, she said cooperation between BN and PAS in Negeri Sembilan now appears almost certain. Saw questioned whether MCA, its president, Wee Ka Seong, and the party's presidential council had agreed to work with PAS. She also questioned what boundaries her party was willing to cross. Saw argued that if the electoral pact proceeded, MCA would be no different than DAP, which it had previously accused of betraying its values for power. Last night, BN revealed it would contest only 25 of the 36 seats in the Negeri Sembilan election, while hinting it would cooperate with another party against Pakatan Harapan. This gap is expected to be filled by PN when they unveil their candidates tonight. MCA, meanwhile, is set to contest 7 seats in the Negeri Sembilan polls.
From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said the retirement fund incorporated KWAP's losses from its nearly 200 million ringgit investment in Indonesian aquaculture startup e-Fishery stemmed from a planned fraud by the company's management. In a written parliamentary reply to Subang MP Wong Chen, Anwar said e-Fisheries management had allegedly manipulated the company's financial statements. He said KWAP's investment had gone through its established governance process before being approved. According to Anwar, this included internal assessments, independent due diligence, and reviews of the company's financial, legal, and operational standing. Following the fraud, KWAP and the investor consortium had initiated legal action and were continuing efforts to recover invested funds while strengthening internal governance. Meanwhile, Public Accounts Committee Chairperson Mas Ermiyati Samsudin said the committee will discuss whether to conduct proceedings into the deal. When asked about the matter in Parliament today, this was what she said.
Yang itu tidak ada dalam kita punya proceeding, dan mungkin kita boleh bincangkan untuk melihat sama ada PAC perlu ataupun tidak masuk dalam ni. Sebab buat masa ni kita memang dah ada proceeding yang sedang menunggu untuk kami selesaikan, dan mungkin perkara itu boleh kita bincangkan untuk kita putuskan.
Is Perikatan Nasional heading for another internal showdown? Fresh cracks have emerged within Perikatan Nasional after Bersatu questioned past negotiations with BN ahead of the Negeri Sembilan election. Yesterday, Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin had accused PAS of acting unilaterally. Today, PN Chairperson Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar responded. Samsuri, who is also a PAS Vice President, said all preliminary discussions and engagements with other parties were conducted with his knowledge and approval as PN Chairperson. He added that the matters were later finalized and approved by the PN Supreme Council at its meeting today. Samsuri said that he also approved the seat allocation among the 4 component parties for the state election. According to him, candidates from PAS, Parti Wawasan Negara, Gerakan, and MIPP will contest under the PN logo. Earlier today, New Straits Times reported PN Deputy Chairperson Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man saying that the postponement of the seat negotiation meeting was purportedly linked to a complaint lodged with the Register of Societies by a Bersatu member, questioning the legitimacy of the party's leadership. He also dismissed notions that the delay was because PAS wanted to pursue political cooperation with BN. Bersatu had earlier announced that it will be using the party's own logo in the Negeri Sembilan state election. This is after talks on seat allocations within Perikatan Nasional stalled amid an alleged move by PAS to pursue political cooperation with BN. At a press conference last night, Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin cited the indefinite postponement of the PN seat negotiation committee meeting and Bersatu's exclusion from discussions on the coalition seat allocation as reasons for the decision. He stressed that all Bersatu candidates will contest using the Bersatu logo. Muhyiddin added that a decision on the number of seats to be contested will be made today, followed by an expected announcement on Friday. He also declined to confirm whether Bersatu will challenge PAS and Parti Wawasan Negara in seats not contested by BN. He said he can't explain because Bersatu were not involved in the discussions and don't know where they are standing. Muhyiddin added that his party regrets PAS' decision to negotiate with BN without involving all PN component parties and without the approval of the PN Supreme Council. He also criticized PAS for making what he described as unilateral decisions that ran counter to PN's interests and cited statements by PAS leaders calling for BN to be given victory in the Johor and Negeri Sembilan state elections as examples. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm John. Thanks for watching.